Hello! Hello, Star Voyagers. Welcome back. The jungle. I'm speechless. Hey, hello, dragon. I had words rattling around in my head, but I didn't let them out. I think Sarah got another name change. Hey, Indie Cafe. My latency is high. Whatever. Sorry, I gotta just say whatever to that. Hi, Dragon. Hi, Sarah. What's going on? Let's see. Let me check something here. About that. Didn't work. There we go. 484. Do I have the low latency? I know what you're talking about. I may not. I don't actually know where the setting is right now. 84. If we had transcoding consistently, I would make sure it was on. I think the last time I thought about it was a long time ago. But, transcoding's hit or miss. But I guess at this bit rate, it's pretty brutal to people on mobile connections. Anyways, if we don't have transcoding, so we could probably flip it on. I haven't thought about it in a while. I just haven't thought about it. Wow. Okay, let me see what I wanted to do here. We'll get started in just a sec here. We'll get started in just a sec. Okay. Okay, we should be good. There. So we started Tomb Raider yesterday. I do not know why the text is stretched on the menu. They didn't have to do that, did they? That's just, I really, aspect ratio, proportion stretches make me a little crazy. Peruvian jungle. I can't tell you too much about what's going on. I don't think that much has happened. Except Jonah and Lara were about to be in a plane crash when they rolled the clock back, and we got to play up to, we've been playing in that direction. But, I guess we've gotten past the plane crash now. So they rolled back the clock on us and we played up to and through. I think this game had an excellent opening. Not that we're deep into a story, but it was a great way to start the player off. An easy landing. You got to walk around in some beautiful environments and really soak in it. There hasn't been much combat. Yeah, I'm not sure where I want to go with any of that. I'm pretty off kilter today. I'm really hoping the game will pull me away somewhere. Go to the jungle. Last you saw I was at the skills menu. Did you miss much? I can't do that, man. I have no idea. Like, what has transpired between the time when you were here and I was at a skills menu and now? I don't have a running log like that. I can't even think these days in a straight line. Would that it were so. Same to you, though. No, I'm completely falling apart, so let's not talk about it.
Does that mean that we're off track?
It could mean something happened hundreds of years ago that we don't know about yet.
Maybe some minds got lost in the jungle, too.
Yeah.
What a beautiful game. I don't even have a skill point to spend, speaking of skills menu. Yeah, this game has a skill tree, unlike the previous ones. Some skills are acquired throughout the story, some are acquired from tombs, and some are acquired by spending points, and you have to unlock the slots by having something in an adjacent slot, and so on. We unlocked a bunch of skills. Maybe unlocked. We didn't exactly acquire a lot of skills. We bought this for 1 point. Never slip when grabbing ledges. We bought this for, I think, 1 point. Something about a stealth kill takedown without alerting enemies. But the stealth kill would have done that anyways, but it unlocked this. We spent 2 points on this. Kill a second enemy during a stealth takedown to perform a chained takedown. So those are the 3 main things we bought. There's something else. What else did we get? We got this. Increase the amount of resources gathered from each source. So really nothing fancy. The other stuff was from a tomb in the story. Like, I don't know, was this from a tomb? Eagle's Perch, or was that from the story? I don't know. We didn't buy that, and Eye of the Eagle, I think that was story also. Basically telling you you can craft perception herbs and eat them for a temporary buff. Otherwise, these were the starting skills, and these are, we don't have those, they're just available. So, we don't really have that much stuff. What it looks like, but we don't have much. Automatically loot enemies killed by a stealth takedown. Tempting. Play around to pistols. Increases chance of recovering arrows when looting enemies. See, I'd like to get to that, but we'd have to buy that to unlock it.
It's cool,
Easy
everybody.
star.
I'm here.
Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Maybe reveal artifacts, monoliths, treasure chests, archivist maps, and explorer backpacks. There's other categories. Reveal challenge objects while using survival instincts. It's 2 points. What else can we reveal? Traps. Okay. Survival instincts last for a longer period, and Lara starts after she starts to move. Highlights enemies, resources, and objects, and one with the jungle difficulty. That's the one. That's the one we need, because we're playing on the one with the jungle difficulty, which is hard, 1 notch up from default. So that's what we need. The things that we're not seeing that you would normally see can be restored, but we need to spend 2 points there and 2 points there. Wait, it's already available because that unlocked. It's already available. We just need 1 more point. Let's save so we can get that. Looking at the list wrong. Potency of perception plants. Senses human enemies. No, we want that. Owl's vision. That's next. Should we try a different outfit? We have some that came with the game. We have some that unlocked because of having the previous game, and we have 1 or 2 things that we've gotten while playing. But apparently the vast majority of outfits are yet to come. Commando Lara. Hey, Yankee. I've been looking forward to it. I enjoy this one so far. I have enjoyed our little bit of time with it so far. More than the second game already. Yeah, let's go with that. Desert tank. Oh, there's the rotate. She rotates. It's a rotate button. I was wondering why I couldn't rotate with the analog sticks. But that's because she does this whole pose thing. Here, look at my ass. Really? Did you do that? That's like, that's not, that's they like, here, let's have the stare at my butt animation. Whatever. We upgrade any of our weapons here? Yeah, they keep her hair clean. All the other stuff they cover her in, they seem to keep her hair clean all the time. Strange. 4 upgrades available. Different bows. We can switch to different bows. Bow. It's that much better than our starter bow. Why wouldn't we use it? Exiled Fox Bow. Higher damage to enemies. Hey, Bob. What's up? Hey, Policy. Hey, you guys. Welcome. Thank the gods. Space is done. Policy. Well, you may see it again. So our starter bow, better hold time. This is without any upgrades, but not as good rate of fire or draw speed as Exiled Fox. But Puka Hook's bow just blows them all away, so we're gonna use that, right? See what the upgrades are here. Upgrading weapons. Enforced limbs. Limbs. Increase the damage. Knocks. Rate of fire. Unlocks. Rip Wrap. So you can see how we would work to upgrade the bow. But we already have a bow that's like fully upgraded. It's gonna be really hard to just not use the bow that's already upgraded. I mean, that thing. Am I missing something? Because it sure looks like this is... It's gonna be a long time before our bow is upgraded to be as good as this. Hello, Queen Eva. Greetings. Thanks. You're all doing all right today. But we are just now getting started. This is where we left off. I'm not quite sure what our objective is. We're here, forest with Jonah, and we're trying to get one more skill point by whatever means, because right now this survival instinct is pretty useless. We can't see anything. Let's just go wandering so I can get my bearings again. We only played 5 hours yesterday. Not quite 5 hours yesterday. It was a long time since I played a Tomb Raider game up to that point. Death Lords.
These 2 gods are the rulers of the Maya underworld, Xibalba, literally the place of fright. Vukub Kakwish, whose name means Seven Macaw, was a monstrous bird who is said to carry the false sun in his beak. His subordinate was Hunkame, which means one death. They are both defeated and killed by the hero twins after challenging them to various sports and games in which both sides cheated. Vukub Kakwish lost his game of darts when the hero twins used blowpipes.
Not really a surprise that the latest installment in the series is the prettiest installment in the series, but it is also not to be taken for granted. It's beautiful. Hey, we just got our skill point that I needed.
Attached to is rusted away in the jungle's humidity. There's something etched on them. Can barely make it out.
Lieutenant Colonel P.H. Fawcett.
P.H. H. Percy Fawcett. But we must be thousands of kilometers from his last known position.
Nice, nice. I didn't think we'd get that skill point so quickly, but take it. So, we wanted Owl's Vision. Survival instincts last longer after you start moving. But more importantly, you can finally highlight things while on this difficulty. See how that works. Like that compass indicator. We didn't have that before. There's that rabbit. See how well it works? Now I'll actually be able to hunt. I'll still miss. But we should miss a lot less. Also, it has, it did add more of a sound. Now that that is operable, there's a little more of a pop, 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 pop. It's still better than it used to be. It used to be so bassy.
I think we can get out that way.
You do? Have you been here before? Yeah, it makes a sound when it engages and it kind of flutters away when it fades. Or you start walking.
Jonah, help me with this. On 3, 2, 1.
It really bothers me all these games where people lift heavy shit they shouldn't lift. And then think they're gonna crawl under it. Oh, she's just dead. Come on, she's dead. Fuck you, she's dead. Yeah, that's right, Jonah. Don't even go through. Sorry, Laura. You're a goner. Oh, come on, she's toast. Don't tell me she's still fucking alive. Just, come on. She's so dead. What is this shit? What is this happy horse shit? She ain't alive. That thing just chewed through her back. Stay down. She's the one who got chomped.
Laura, are you okay?
No, she's dead. But whatever.
Laura!
Lara's dead. You're talking to a ghost.
Laura, are you okay?
No.
Are you okay?
Are you
Help me
kidding?
with this.
Look at her back. She doesn't have a scratch. Was the kitty licking her?
Your back looks bad.
You know it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Did you forget to draw in the
I'm gonna go
back
make
looks
camp.
bad? Wait. You put in dialogue about her back looking bad? Did they just... Come on. See, that's suspension of disbelief breaking the fuck down. You didn't have to fail there, guy. What did you do that for? That just made it worse that he said that.
Let me take a look at that.
What, her nothing? Or does she actually have a wound now?
It's not pretty.
Look fine to me. Can we get back to exploring?
You know, with everything we've been through recently, I've been thinking about my brother. I always try to protect him. From my father. From himself. But I lost him.
You did everything you could.
If I had been in the right place, at the right time, he would still be here. If I had eyes in the back of my head.
You can't protect everyone.
They're literally not showing it. Did they not bother to draw a wound at any point? Did they not have any of their animators, designers, artists do a wound? They should have.
I miss him.
I know. My parents. I miss them too. I had a dream about my mother recently.
Yeah?
It was so vivid. When I was little, my father used to keep things from me. Hide things. About her, especially.
Why would he do that?
After she died, he thought they'd cause me pain. It didn't stop me from looking for them, of course. I still have so many questions.
Your dad created as many mysteries as he solved.
Dominguez said that he would use the silver box of Ishel to remake the world. If you had that power, what would you do?
Panic, probably.
You wouldn't go back to when your brother was alive and be with him again.
And lose everything else? No way. I like this world. It's not perfect. But everything I love now is in it.
Well, that ended well.
To claim her
Really
treasure,
hard for me to get
the
into that
adventurer
scene.
Lara Croft must outwit the king,
Because of that.
reach the Forbidden Tomb, and solve the mystery of the White Queen. The way will be fraught with trials.
Laura, are you doing your maths homework?
The adventurer should not dally any longer. In a minute, Dad!
Cool.
The high walls of the castle beckon,
Very cool.
taunting.
Flashback sequence. We get to play. Oh, neat. Get the garden. This is why suspension of disbelief is so important. Because I could that last scene, which ended really well, I don't know what 80% of it was. I really like the way it ended, but I spent most of it just trying to get the steam out of my head from something silly that didn't need to be silly. It didn't need to completely wreck my suspension of disbelief with the whole that just it wrecked that last cutscene. I was just trying to get back into it. Thank you, Jonah, at the end for bringing that one around. Jonah, good guy, Jonah. Cool cutscene. This has some potential here too. I don't want to be pulled out of it. I want to be immersed in it. So stop with the kitty just chewed Lara to shredded little bits and then commenting on her wounds that isn't there. Just don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that!
Strange beasts cross our hero's path. Hard to tell if they're bloodthirsty.
White Queen.
This looks like a figure from that game Mum and Dad used to play. But why is it out here, in the playground? There's an A scratched in the bottom for Amelia. I miss you, Mum.
Nice. Neon, I don't want to talk about it. This is awesome. The cutscene was fine. It wasn't the cutscene. It was the kitty cat that killed Lara. Lara was dead. The kitty chewed her up. And then she didn't have any wound. And then Jonah comes out and goes, "Oh, your back looks bad." But it doesn't. Her back looked fine. It didn't have a scratch on it. And then he tended to her wound in a cutscene, the wound that we didn't see. Don't make me say this shit. I'm trying to enjoy this. I'm sorry. It wasn't a cutscene. It was... I want my suspension of disbelief back. I want to get back in the game. Just don't make invisible wounds. Don't kill your main character and then have her stand up and go, "Ta-da, I'm fine." I want to see roll back the VOD. I'm trying to forget it. I'm trying to forget it. Throwable objects. Okay, but are we trying to throw it at something? Some of these targets are far. Really? Hit every target with a ball. Okay. Pretty sure that hit the target, but maybe it bounced off the arrow. Didn't count because it bounced off an arrow. One place you can't get back to later, huh? All the more reason to try and put that other stuff out of mind so I can enjoy this. Target. There's a fourth target. How good's her arm? This thing looks heavy. Here. Hit the tree. We get a bullseye from here. We gotta move up a little. What an arm! Can you break a window in the house? Lara! She's got the arm for it. It just doesn't want to show it connecting with the window, does it? Even gonna throw it over the fence. I mean, it's not gonna hit the house. It's gonna drop short. Why'd you do this? I want to break a window. I'm gonna find a window and break it. Why wouldn't they include that? Gonna fall short. Rigged. already know her arm kicks ass. She's just not allowed to break a window is the problem. Gonna hit the windowsill, it won't actually go higher. At least let me try. Isn't that sweet that you can move through thick trees and bushes in sections of this game sometimes? Unlike a lot of games where they use thick bushes as an invisible wall. Now you can actually handle pushing them aside in the engine. It doesn't look all screwy. Put it high in the air. I think it fell back. Oh well. I'll let it go. Music in here is pretty chill too.
The castle gates are well guarded. There's a reason our hero doesn't use the front door. Oh, brave Sir Knight, victim of the king's curse, doomed to stand vigil, warning away others from the forbidden tomb. Fresh graves. The king does not take kindly to trespassers. The forbidden tomb calls out.
Wait, do you remember the hill? We're gonna force our way up the slide. Now that'll just be horrible. It almost worked on the hill though. Saw it yesterday. We almost got up the mudslide in
Amazing.
reverse.
Croft has entered a burial chamber that has not been disturbed in millennia.
This is a really cool sequence. I'm glad it's more than 30 seconds long so I can actually enjoy it. I had to cool down from that nonsense. It's so unnecessary. This is gold. Can we just stay here? Maybe they could build expansions on the game. It's just running around in the backyard.
Lara climbs out
it's everything
over
she
a lake
does.
of bubbling lava.
Or a lake of bubbling lava. Assassin's
Looks like there's
Creed
something
and
up there in the crow's nest.
Uncharted and yeah, other games have done the let's roll back to a kid and let you run around and play thing before. Man, if they didn't just they nailed this. Probably shouldn't go jumping off the edge. Would not be safe for a kid. How cool. Oh, yeah. She had the best playground. How sweet would it have been to have this fort in your backyard as a kid? Are you kidding?
The adventurer should not dally any longer.
Yes, she should. Long as she wants. Dally, dally, dally.
Deadly accurate, for the most part.
I didn't slide down the slide yet. Not this, but... Slide.
Croft should hurry if she wants to find the treasure.
Croft doesn't need to hurry.
The excavation will soon reveal the secrets of this site.
Oh, more pictures.
The White Queen, locked away, but not forgotten.
Wonder if there's another... I don't know, did we find was it a chess piece or a doll or something? But we found the White Queen. There another.
The floor gives way! Lara tumbles into the darkness.
Ah, it's just gold.
What was it Dad said? Carnations first appeared where the Virgin Mary's tears fell.
Well, first I'll have to figure out what trunk you're talking about. You can get that trunk down. Ah, sure. Sure I can. You can get that trunk down. A trunk. Now look for a trunk. That's a wagon.
I should get going.
No, I don't think so. I didn't even know there was a trunk. Papa's a boat. Well, let me toss something up there, and then we'll go looking. See if the...
I'll have to do better.
Well, you knew. I was just trying to toss it up there. Hopefully it's still up there. I'm aiming for anything yet. I still don't see what trunk I'm going for, but supposedly there's a trunk. But overshot. God, we got two of them up here. Ah, I see the trunk. See it now. Try hitting it from underneath. A good old... Oh, no, maybe hit it from the side. Do with that trunk. Maybe it's not even with the weights, but maybe if we put enough weights up there, it'll break or something. Don't break your ship though, Lara. Alright.
A test of
Cool.
skill. Our hero will need a bullseye to weigh down that basket.
Neat. Oh, Lara. Hey, thanks. I didn't even see that thing up there.
The treasure is revealed.
Family photo.
I think this is from when we walked the El Memsha. I don't remember much,
Neat.
except for how spicy the bazaar smelled. Mum looks so happy. So does Dad.
Yeah, I'm coming down off of it now, but really, putting one of your most wonderfully immersive scenes right next to one of your most stupidly, unnecessarily immersion-breaking scenes. Just don't do that. That's a terrible juxtaposition. Don't put something this good next to something that bad. Here, eat shit. Now, how about this steak?
Sir, I understand these last few years have been more than difficult for you. We all miss Amelia terribly. However, I worry Lara has begun to forget what little she knew about her mother. A terrible thing. I realise it is not my place to pry, but have you reconsidered talking to her about Amelia? My belief is that it would help you get over your tremendous grief, and bring you two closer.
Yeah, this is great. Oh, what a jumper. Damn. She always jump like that? Or is it because she had to clear such a... Oh, she caught there. Hold on. Mega jump. No. I want to see that mega jump again. I knew it was a long jump. You can do it. The fluke. Did you see it, though? She like, lunged. Extra distance. Can she, nice! She already knows how to do that as a kid? Thought she had to learn that. I thought we had to learn that in the first game. It cost skill points, but she could do it all along.
Now
Climb
for the real treasure in the
we go.
Forbidden Tomb.
Open window.
Our hero must be quiet to avoid alerting the king.
What does Lara have to do with any of this? She's in her room doing her homework.
She
Oh!
hasn't much time.
Hasn't much time. Climb the castle.
Kingsguard will never expect Croft to climb the castle.
Oh my god. Ara.
The castle tower is taller than she thought.
Your plan, Lara. Oh shit! Climbing up the family
Our hero continues
crest.
climbing, looking for another way in. Our hero spies another entrance.
Oh, it's amazing any kids live.
Shoo, go on. Young Lara confronts the extraordinary height and danger and pushes it from
Alright, that's a lot of voltage right there. Oh! Wow, don't give up now. Okay.
almost there.
Learn first to climb and then to walk. Jeez, Lara.
She recovers her footing and her goal. Now, onward, to
Onward.
the Forbidden Tomb. These parapets are damaged. She'll have
Careful.
to squeeze through.
Yikes. No, this was very well constructed.
She's so close, she can almost touch it.
Ah.
But an invisible force field stands in her way. There must be another entrance.
It's not even flat. You're walking on a round beam, okay? Jesus, Lara. Where are we headed? Okay, I see the
At last,
ladder section
she
ahead.
spots a way in below. She will have to be careful.
Yes, she will. Careful, Lara.
Why do I do these stupid things? Shit!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Prof chuckles at her audacity. She's close now.
Wow. What a fall. Bill, you found an entrance. High five. We go looking down the hall a little bit first if we can.
At last, she enters the Forbidden Tomb. Wow. By night, the Great Bat stole the Queen at 30 North and 90 East. From her pen, she wrote her heart. With light, unlock her love's release. I wonder if the White Queen is lonely.
What did it say? 30 North, 90 East? Hey, this is much better than the Croft Manor DLC from Rise, isn't it? History of the White Queen. Between...
This enigmatic illustration, recovered from a cursed and empty mausoleum, might be what our brave adventurer needs to finally find the lost treasure of the White Queen. She's managed to decipher the ancient text and has found a series of clues. A set of coordinates, a giant bat, and a series of game pieces in a line. The intrepid Lara will have to figure out what they all mean.
So we have a White Queen piece.
The note said 90 degrees east and 30 north.
I'm gonna look around a little too. There are the two red knights. Be able to push things around. I'm gonna look around the room a little bit too, though.
The head of King David. From a shepherd to a king. Imagine that. The cup of St. John. The apostle had been given a chalice of poisoned wine, but after his blessing, the poison transformed into a snake, and he drank the wine unharmed. This is an old game. 2 shields and a white crown. Could that be the White Queen?
Okay, the board is depicted there, and similar to the picture she drew, you can see the White Queen flanked in a position. The White Queen, I don't know, aligned with the sun in the picture, but
A Byzantine scroll. Justice is the constant and perpetual wish to render everyone his due. Emperor Justinian. This is Egyptian, an evil eye box. The contents were meant to help sustain and provide for people in the afterlife.
oh. Well. There we go, and 30 north, 90 east. I will come right back to that.
The Sun King, Louis XIV, married Maria Theresa, ending a long-standing war between France and Spain. The poor Queen, Maria Theresa, died a painful death, to which the king said, "This is the first trouble she has given me." I bet the poor thing could hardly see out of that chanfron. The king and the White Queen. There's something in the shields.
Is there now?
Mid-14th century barding. Germanic, I think. I can't imagine how heavy those bardings were. Those poor horses.
How cool is little Laura?
A quotation from Chaucer. What is better than wisdom? Woman. What is better than a good woman? Nothing.
So perhaps we want... Go look at the board picture over here. Yeah, so we're gonna want Red Knight, Queen, Red Knight, something like that. But we move them just by pushing, and then we've got the numbers. All right, let's see what happens when we push these around.
Where are the white pieces?
Does it matter where some of these others end up? And we're carrying around a piece, but well, let's see if right over here. Go the long way. $90 east, right? This is speed. Hear that? Da 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 da. Go the long way. Let's go the long way. Launch the globe tag. Man, that is awesome. Oh, we can't. That's right. That makes sense. It's mechanical. It's not exactly floating. All right.
With light, unlock her love's release. It worked.
Ah, it's a white shield. Oh, nice. A whole nother floor of stuff, too. Back to that.
Croft has entered the forbidden mezzanine.
Oh.
She'll have to be careful. A Yatiri, a South American healer. A baby Tyrannosaurus Rex. I wonder if it lost its mother too. I just wanted to thank you for your discretion, as well as the work you have done. The vault has been constructed exactly to my specifications. The final payment will be sent at the end of the week. The delay was due to an accounting error, which has now been rectified. Yours, Richard Croft.
Ah, the vault.
No matter where you stand, these masks seem to stare at you. Animal skulls, an omen of death and symbols of great change. This looks Mayan. Is it Kukulkan? I wonder who those two dogs are. This is from Colombia, a Xeno chieftain mask. I wonder if these eyes have seen El Dorado.
Oh, you're just too smart.
I haven't seen some of these artifacts before. An ossuary. This box contains the bones of the dead. I can't read the inscription. This is the kind of armor that the conquistadors wore during the Age of Discovery. I wonder what they found. A statue of an Ariki from the Cook Islands.
Cheers. Done with work. Now you can relax.
25th Dynasty.
It's really
The
cool.
interior of the sarcophagus is incredibly intricate. This looks Greek? No, Persian. I wonder what she's guarding.
We might need to push pieces around before we keep doing other stuff, or maybe the order is not dependent that way. We'll see. Still just checking
Persian
things out.
lioness. But someone stole her head. I wonder what she was looking at.
And the detail they put into this one, the environments, music and sound, and small touches in the dialogue, and I would have enjoyed the characterizations better this time around. Except for that last scene.
The death mask of Agamemnon, found in Mycenae. An African tribal mask, made of gold. Ashanti, perhaps.
So this chain, maybe it lowers a piece. Or,
The great
spread
bats
your
once had
wings, fly. Wow, is a bat. She's Batman. Oh, Lara. Whoa, perspective. So, oh, that's sweet. Showing positions for red. It's really cool. And we keep them there. So if those are the positions, then that would make this the queen's position, right? Unless we're trying to move where the lights are. Don't have the shield. They'll turn these, but why would we turn these anymore? I don't think we would. Alright. One shield, shield. Push this in and see what happens, if anything happens when we put it in the spot. Yes, well,
The knight's
okay.
shield reflects the light beam.
Case. Need it that far. I'm trying to make room to get the other red one. And then when we have the two red ones in place, we'll be missing something. Possibly getting that shield down and placing it on one of the other statues and putting it in the middle. But before we do that, I want to try just getting the two red ones in place and see what happens. Got room to stash two over here and then slide that. It's a bit sloppy, but it should kind of work. That one out of there. One way or another. Though it might be faster to just move these and make some room. Since they're not rotating, I just realized that so all their backs except this one are facing the other way? No, the two with the shields are facing forwards and all the others have their backs to it. To the front or... But let's move this one in case we end up putting a shield on one of these, that white shield, if it needs to. Just leave that there for the moment. Lara, stay with me. white shield already got a light on it, so this could be it.
There she is.
She is.
The White Queen.
Trapped.
Trapped. I have to help her.
Alright, and so what she needs to be here where I just got her stuck, or got a piece stuck. Get this out of the way though. Of course, don't know how we're gonna free her or how any of this is gonna be affected. Get this out of the way. Watch it, Laura. Now let's see what the situation is. If the two red shields are what revealed the queen, so we have the white shield. Maybe I will need that piece in the white shield or something after all. Doubt we're gonna be able to drop down in the cage, no. Hey. She's got a handle and is on a track, so we should be able to pull the queen out into this spot once the queen is free. And as for the was already set, we wouldn't change this, would we?
Now I can free her.
Why did that work? So we move it Huh?
With light,
Confused. Why did
unlock her love's release.
it was already on the numbers? Why? Okay.
Amazing.
Because originally that brought the stairs down and we just needed to bring the stairs up. Okay. So undo the first part of the puzzle that brought the stairs down to bring the stairs up because the stairs were the... Got it. Thank you. Makes sense. My brain these days.
Her heart pounding, our hero crosses the threshold into the unknown. These are Mum's things.
The path was dark and is guarded by bats, said the Red Knight. The White Queen regarded him with a curious smile and said,
Bats! I'm not afraid of bats. I'm not afraid of anything. Tell me about this.
You and me are riding a T-Rex in Egypt.
Where's Daddy?
At work.
Amelia, this is very, very important. I cannot abandon my responsibilities just on the verge.
You are always on the verge. Your obsession is destroying this family.
Obsession. I'm upset.
You are missing your daughter's childhood because you're always in some tomb on the other side of the world. Why can't you be happy with what you have?
Goodness sake, you don't have to deal with it.
Dad?
Please, for goodness sake, you can't understand. This is probably the most important
Dad? Dad! Dad! Come on. Please, Dad. Wake up. Dad. Don't leave me.
Morning. So, Silver Crown Mountain?
Yeah,
I wonder what the jungle has in store for us today.
My controller go to sleep or something? Hello? Quiet movement. Harder to detect. Something like that. Artifacts, monoliths, treasure chests, maps, backpacks. Keep looking at that. Automatically loot enemies killed by a stealth takedown. We haven't had that many enemy encounters in the game yet, but I'm sure we will. Reduce damage when falling. Roll on impact. Take no damage at all. Should probably pick that up. Alright. Raposa's drop. Is it here where you got fast travel? You're asking me why? I don't know. Do we have fast travel already? Maybe. Crimson says hello, everyone. Hello. How you doing? Arr. Right back at you. Isn't this how we got in trouble with the leopard? This method of getting through spaces by having someone lift something way too heavy and then hold it while another person crawls under something that is not structurally sound. Why do games keep doing that? Also, plays against suspension of disbelief. Find another way. Find another excuse for us to... I don't know. Just Last of Us, one of my favorite games, did it over and over and over again. And, come on. There's no one who works for QA departments that understands suspension of disbelief. Maybe no one who has the ear of anyone high up who can get traction. I'm changing some of that. You can't go back on your own. Yeah, well, like I said, they need to find another way. And in my mind, that is immersion breaking when they do stuff like that. Disappointing when they break their own immersion. This is a beautifully immersive game. Crimson, you may not be on long. Your internet's been lagging today for some reason. You may have to make some calls. Oh, no. Wait. I thought you said we couldn't go back on our own. Isn't that the thing we just lifted? Oh, I'm so confused. Hold on. But we totally can go back on our own. It's just... Why then? Doesn't even make a modicum of sense. Not any. We just never. Come on. It's just, I don't want to have my immersion broken. I love being immersed in a good game world. Don't wreck your own world with stupid shit. That's my advice. When you make a beautiful game world, don't poop on it with stupid shit. So, haven't we effectively backtracked? Isn't this an area we were in before? Back here. Why have we ended up back here? Yeah, we're actually not far from the challenge tomb we couldn't get into earlier. Flower picker, a bit of all that. Camp at the wreckage. Tomb. Finally, my waypoints will show up here.
My best friend, the thickest friend. We've always been
Hitler
together
Star working.
before the
Damn.
time, having fun
Mr.
all
Gilly
day,
Star,
piling
buying me
around
dinner
and
to
laughing
celebrate
away.
a year.
Best friends are we. I love you guys.
Mr. Gilly Star, thank you. Sorry on the dinner bit. But, you know, it's the thought that counts. Maybe I'll buy you breakfast. Ah. You've been playing the game and working on car. How goes that game? The body go. Where's the chest I keep not seeing? Was it in the water? But confused. Is there a cave I'm not seeing? Another pool over here. Crafting silent arrows requires hardwood and feathers. I thought that's just, isn't that a normal arrows? They're silent arrows. I thought those were normal arrows. Same thing. Well, it sure does look like it's beneath us in somewhere. So that vertical beam is pretty precise, though. Pretty specific. Somewhere beneath us here. Whoever we get. Wherever it might actually be. Not just jumping over the edge, though. I mean, we could go swimming again and see if there was a passage that goes somewhere. Ah! Before we go somewhere else, let's see if I'm maybe not catching sight of a passage. This is the wrong direction. Just looking. Oh, there's that. Don't think there's anything. Then doesn't look like there's any passage moving in that direction. Isn't it? Game looks great. Do I want to tip where to look? Thank you for asking. Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm gonna go across and see what I can see. Just looking back this way, maybe we'll be able to spot something. Um, Look right. Oh, there's water over there. Okay. Cool. Yeah, you're right. They're very deceptive because you're looking. There's a marker, so you're looking towards the marker. You need to be looking away from the marker. In this case, catch a glimpse of where you might need to go.
I am assuming direct
Ooh,
control.
what's up, man? Ah, there I think I see something. There we go. Over there. Yeah, I got enough. That's enough info. Thank you. Oh, I just needed a clue. I needed a clue, not a walkthrough. Yeah, I would take generally take Aloy over Lara any day. But I have to admit, I really like this game so far. As an adventure puzzler, they did a horrific thing with a cutscene and breaking suspension of disbelief. They had a jaguar shred Lara and devour her flesh, and then she was fine, unblemished. And then they commented in the cutscene about how bad her wounds were, her unblemished skin, and how bad it was. And then they tended to her wounds off camera, the ones that they had just showed us didn't exist. Oh, it was bad. I mean, she got mauled to death and then stood up without a drop of blood or mud or anything on her, and then they made a scene out of how bad her wounds were. She didn't have any. Just about lost it there. Otherwise, I'm really enjoying this. She didn't even have a scratch. She didn't have that either. Did nothing. That would have been bad enough if they had just left it at
Impossible. I can't
nothing.
carry anymore.
Is this gonna work if I drop? Oh, she's just gonna do it. Good. I don't see anything for her to... Isn't gonna work, is it? What am I going down to? There's something here is also not right. Like, this is a way up, but she, if I'm using it as a way down, I don't see it as a way over. Alright, well, we haven't had a death today, so. Like, there's nothing. If she jumps this way, there's nothing. She's just gonna fall and die. I'm tempted to do it anyways, so I can get a look at what isn't there. Then we've got a little bit more. She'd probably die if we dropped here, even though it's, however, let's see, what about over this way? I thought we were going to the cave and the water, but when you said look right, I think I looked at the wrong thing again. Anyways, it's alright, I didn't want more than a clue, so. Treasure chest. We don't have the lockpicks. We can't open it? Or what? Missing gear. Come back later. Okay. Fawcett's last letter.
My dear Nina, once again the attempt to write is fraught with difficulty. However, those flies and bees and bugs galore that I wrote her before, all of those pinhead-sized stinging horrors, would have been a welcome attrition now that I faced down tooth and claw. I fought bravely, but the confrontation did not go in my favor. I will spare you the details out of compassion and not egotism. My wounds have been packed with yarrow and are stable, but I can feel infection in the blood. If you are reading this, then you know I have not survived this place. I instructed Jack not to go on. We lost young Rimmel a few weeks ago. This place, Nina, is not meant for the likes of men, and I will not rob you of a son as I have a husband. I'm tired now. Jack is sleeping by the fire, and I am certain that when he awakes, I will have slipped into my own slumber. I love you, Nina. Good night, Percy.
Laura. Come on now. You got this? Okay. Whew. Ah, shit. 4 arrows. So, is this not this bow, which not the standard bow and appeared to have a lot of damage and good draw time and so forth. Headshot? Wasn't the one shot kill? Let's go.
Cusco belongs to Hernando Pizarro, rightful representative of the Spanish crown. Diego de Almagro has been captured. Rodrigo Orgones is dead, and the rest of their heretic forces routed. We made a crossing over the mountains and appeared on the coast outside of Cusco. Orgones marched to meet us at Cachupampa, a poor choice for his cavalry. His falconets threw Gonzalo's infantry charge into disorder, but the swampy ground prevented his seasoned cavaliers from true advantage. Our imperial arquebusier breached the river and unleashed hellfire on the opposition. Pizarro and Orgones led their respective cavalries, each merging to a single charging column, all of the men yelling, and met at full gallop. I had never seen such a thing. Somewhere in the chaos of battle, Orgones was shot and unhorsed and killed. They say the coward Almagro retreated from the battlefield atop an ass. Fitting. Excerpt from Alonso Luiz's journal.
Looking at some, looking at some of the Streamlabs stuff. The alerts weren't working. Or let me just hit a couple tests.
Well, what do we have?
Sounds are
here?
working still, but
You must be
they
a
just
new arrival.
they changed something I missed. Why are none of the...
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
changed? Well, there's a warning here about when you enable the new version of media sharing, media will no longer play through your alert box itself. Click here to get started. Well, I haven't. It looks like it already kicked in. I didn't... Ah, well, I'll have to fix it another time. Media sharing... blah, 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 blah. I'll check it out another time. I didn't know that was going on. I'm pretty discombobulated. Okay. Lara, torch, flashlight, cat potion, anything? I really can't see Lara. Lara, are you gonna pull out a torch or something? I cannot see. Is this right? Shouldn't she be... Is there a manual... I don't want to change the brightness settings. I like the good blacks. This hasn't been a problem up to this point. Doesn't she pull out a torch when it's too dark to bloody see?
Careful.
Since
Careful.
when doesn't she? A lighter or something? Do you think her wound not showing earlier was a bug? Was she supposed to look all mangled after the scene with the Jaguar? Tell me we're not supposed to have some light here! Come on! I am not a stable person these days. I just don't cope well with shit. Doesn't matter if it's big shit, little shit, important shit, unimportant shit. In fact, it's the little unimportant shit that I really, really just don't suffer well these days. Sure looks lit from here. Lit now. The mud in this game is bloody brilliant. Only we could see it.
Wonder where this will lead.
Wonder if I'll be able to see anything. Really, Lara, you're in a tomb. How about a torch? Come on, get some light out. I see that she's like, if the game is supposed to have her pull out a torch and this is just bugged, I feel like I'm getting the short straw here. We're getting shafted. Come on. Supposed to be able to see what's going on, right? You should be pulling out a torch, right? And it's just not. Like, it makes me want to reload and see if it works better and she pulls out a torch when we come in here. I don't even know what the checkpoint is. I don't care. I'll care when I find out how far back it is. Oh, what do you know? She's got a light. We weren't supposed to be wandering around in the dark, unable to see things? No! But what about her Jaguar wound? Maybe there really was a wound and it just didn't trigger.
Careful. Careful.
But your torch depend on your clothes. You think it's attached to your shirt. Now, that is a good guess. Did her clothes go back to the game standard, or is this still the desert tank? I think this is still the desert tank, but her light is working. Check me on that. If you recognize this as the standard outfit for the game, I think it's the desert tank, though. Welcome back, Eva. You think it's the tank? So the light just wasn't triggering. She just wasn't turning on her light. And maybe it was related to changing outfits, but it was just buggy. And it wouldn't have been a big deal if it wasn't for the fact that the bug was on our primary light source. And we're going in a tomb and we're supposed to have light, at least a little bit, and we had none. So, yeah. Stuff like that matters. Quite game breaking, but.
Wonder where this will lead. of May. This morning we entered uncharted territory, leaving the sun-bleached bones of Dead Horse Camp behind. It seems the tables have turned on Raleigh, almost quite literally. His bandaged leg has slowed his pace and made him the tail of our party. When Father notices, he slows, turning around to give us both an encouraging smile. His overly eager step betrays his calm demeanor as he rushes past us at the sight of every nearing turn, ridge, or embankment.
Hey, thank Lara. She's the one who went, oh shit.
This seems to describe a hidden chamber nearby.
It's like jumping across a gap or... came in? It is. I'm going back around to I could have gone the other way, just backed up the other way, but came through here and then I went back that way. Look over here. Holy shit. Wasn't sure if it was another one of those. We're not gonna be able to get up here, but I am gonna play with it because we almost got up one of these the other day, yesterday. We had more stuff on the sides to play with, but as she tried to jump up a mud slick, she was able to get a perch on the side a few times. We made it quite a ways. Prestige, Evans, Evening Stars boots. Some outfits. Gameplay benefits when worn. Nice. Hey, Lumia. Thanks for the hugs. Right back at ya. Right on. Hey, Lara. Okay. There's a shaft of light, so I won't give her grief. No, we weren't done in here. Lara. I don't know if we were done in here. Alright, go back. She got near this gap in the wall and she just went for it. Come on. If there's anything else in here. Hard to see. Is that it, just the metal? Oh, there we go. See, there was... See? Something.
That's got to be the way up.
Cake and coffee. Yum. Oh, that cake too. That cake sounds real good now. Real good. Oh shit! Ah! Hang on. Did she turn her light on, or did I turn her light on? Did I turn her light on? Gotta do that again and not slide back down the hill. Ay, ay, ay. Either way, right? Oops, hold on. Shit, I just lost my perspective. Okay, we came up in the mud. So where was the fork in the path? Oh, it was right there. And the way out is here. I got a bit claustrophobic in there. We went there before, we didn't even have our climbing axe. I think why we couldn't get in. Don't even have an axe. We got an axe now. was the point of grappling if you were just gonna... I didn't mean to let go. I was gonna swing back and forth. Not exactly sure what I did. But I let go. Considering the... Well, yeah, I was gonna say, Woo, considering how many you call these days, you know, not a huge number. Wasn't that the last one or one of the last 5 that you drew? Kind of weird. There's enough of them. I don't know what the odds are on that, but... Statue. All roped up. Pulleys.
This might represent one of the Lords of Shabalba.
I like it. I think better than the last one. It's gorgeous. The sound design is really pleasing at every turn. It's ambient sound or music almost everywhere. You're not left in silence. Everywhere in this game feels like some place. Hasn't been much combat yet. Even though I'm going slowly, I had heard it's much more puzzle focused, exploration and puzzle focused, and that seems to be true so far. And I'm fine with just exploring some beautiful places and taking my time. See, we're using that bow. Makes me wonder if it's worth upgrading any of the other bows. Eventually, this bow would be as strong as the one we can equip right now. Call me crazy, but we'll just use the more powerful one right away. Hey, Rex. Greetings. What are you up to? Yeah, you. In Final Fantasy 14. Oh, not playing. Sorry. Not much. Playing Final Fantasy or Destiny. Are you sure? Do you know which game you are playing? I don't think I knew you played Destiny. Been playing Destiny for a long time. Basically the same game. Same game.
Those charged with crimes are brought here, and they battle under the watchful gaze of the gods, the only infallible judges. Those proven innocent may leave, but the guilty are killed and thrown to Xibalba. Amazing. Is it a Pocatop court?
Oh. So that one is not on the ground. Brad, good afternoon. Go. Okay, it's a sled. Thing is set onto something of a sled. Huh. Interesting. Okay. There's another sled. Brad, hope you're having a good one. What's on your plate today? Should be. How come your Fallout 4 VODs aren't on YouTube? Well, I mean, I never finished the game, but we played 100 hours. So, there should be 100 hours on YouTube. I know there are highlights, but I think there streams are up there too somewhere. I don't know about the rest. Raise. Actually played Rise twice, but I think I like this one better so far. Oh, is it magnetic?
The rope snapped.
Magnetic? Probably a little point in attaching these down here. Yes, this is not just gonna... I don't think there's gonna be enough of a magnetic attraction to do anything here when it's sitting on the ground. What if I had put that in place first? Too late now. Kind of stuck down here? No. Haven't been over here yet.
Think this is the way out.
Well, then let's not go that way. I have a feeling we need something under this. And that helped. The spikes are there saying, no, 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 you can't jump over that way. Right over here. This is a challenge 2. Challenge 2. So far, the game's been I mean, the crypts were cool, but smaller. The tombs, this is only the second one I've been in, but they seem well
23rd
made.
of May. Over a month has
Environment's
passed
so
since our
good.
expedition departed from Quyaba. We have consumed our provisions methodically thus far, and continue to be in high spirits. Father's age shows when we're on foot. A few times now I have caught Raleigh looking over his shoulder and back at us to make sure we're still keeping up. Father always returns a look with a smile and saying he'll soon be the one in the lead.
Let me thank you for the info. That's a good question, Brad. Why isn't it up there? I know it ended on a bad note. It's possible that I insisted on not putting it up on YouTube. I might have been really salty at the time about how it ended. Playing on Xbox, playing on the One X. But it does play very well. Playing in frame rate mode. Let's see here. Yep, Laura. Okay, so we have these two, and I think we want to get one on the other side. Is there a way to get this thing onto the other side? Just thinking about these two carts. If I push this back in here and then I drop the other one on, then it'll stick, right? But if I keep pushing this, because we're gonna want it on the other side, but I can't push it across. What, maybe this will work. Well, it was a most spectacular gift from Sea Star. So I have the good fortune of being able to play on the 1X now. I still think you're crazy.
Shit. The rope snapped. Well, that's a bit of progress.
I'd say it is. Rope snapped. Rope. Oh shit. Can I fix this? Can I still get out on this thing?
This ladder isn't as rotten as it looks.
Yeah, well, good luck. Let's see. Wait, are we climbing that? Climbing that? Thank you. Yeah.
I have to find a way out.
Health regenerates more quickly, but health doesn't regenerate at all in combat. For us. That. You have a base camp in here? It's a complicated way out. Trying to go. Where are we trying to go? I thought we were trying to get out. Somehow down. I'm not sure down is out, but maybe it's out. Entropic. Greetings, brother. Was it the 2013 one? Quite enjoying this one. It's so pretty. So very pretty. Run! Run away! So without lockpicks, we can't get that treasure chest. Deal with this flower picker. 1 of 5 plants collected. What is it? Does anyone know what it's referring to? We obviously have picked a lot of plants, but it's referring to something more specific. We could start heading towards our objective again. Wonder about that. What's that? There are flowers on trees. Special flowers. I won't be able to highlight them here. Flowers on trees. See them on branches. You have to be climbing, walking out on branches to see the flowers it's talking about. Maybe. Save up some skill points. I think. Got that. For the challenge tomb, health regenerates more quickly. Woodcraft boots. Have that cape. If you recall, I got all excited about the cape, and then I decided it looked kind of silly, and I didn't really want to run around wearing it. Same branches you would climb, jump on, but you see some extra flowers on it. Well, I'm curious. Before we head out from this area, try climbing up on some branches. What's that? Since my alerts aren't working, I heard a noise. Ah, Entropic! I'm so sorry, the alerts are all broken. Thank you, man, to the old and new times. Glad I found you during that first Tomb Raider stream. OHN boss. J-Love, right back at you. I have figured out one part of why the alerts aren't working. Streamlabs did change stuff and I wasn't paying attention. They probably changed it weeks ago. I don't know when they changed it. But I've only noticed it in the past couple days that the alerts weren't working. Looking for flowers, right? Pretty flowers, special flowers. Somehow I found one. That looks like a flower out on a branch there. Maybe that's the type of flower.
All full up. Can't carry any more.
That was one. Like 5 plants from the canopy. I think I see another. Unless that's a nest, that might be another. Right up that tree, right up there. climbing from, though? Think the air time's weird? I haven't really noticed. Maybe it is. That looks like a nest. Oh, there's the other one. It's right on the next tree. Sweet. Lara! Boom! Cool. Alright, without the lockpick, we can't get that chest. Yet. Sorry. Did. That way. Come on, Lara. Thank you. Wait, was that not where we needed to go? That was not where we needed to go. Whoops. Somewhere over... Oh. Well, where do you want me to go now? Ah, Jonah. I hope you had lunch. We've been gone a long time.
What do you think we'll find in Kuapyaku?
Running water
Lunch?
would be nice.
I think at this point, I'd settle for no jaguars.
18th of July. I awoke this morning at the sight of my father wringing his handkerchief tightly between his two hands. Wide-eyed and unblinking, he stared in Raleigh's direction. Raleigh had passed. Infection had set into his wounds days ago, and shortly after, fever took hold. Between fits of cold sweats, labored groans of pain, and demented ramblings, Raleigh had somehow been able to insist on forging ahead. Father had tried to reason with him, telling him to turn back, to let us carry the torch, but Raleigh made it clear. Turning our backs on him would have been leaving him there to die. We forged ahead. We were as far away from civilization as we had ever been, and we foolishly continued to trudge forward. So long, old friend.
Hey, speaking of jaguars and that whole scene before it made me crazy without her wound showing, could that have been related to the outfit? Do you think because I had changed? I don't even remember if I was in a changed outfit, but let's assume I was. I think it would have. Maybe that prevented her from showing her jaguar wounds. If that was it, I don't know. It really messed the scene up, but we had been in some crazy robe. Would she have just had her robe on in the whole scene? He's putting a bandage on the back of her robe. I don't know. We're gonna take a break. It'll be our one break today, and we'll go another couple hours. Yeah, alright, why not? Break time. Might be a little ambient noise. It seems quiet now. I'll put on some music, but yeah, there may be some noise besides the music during the break. All right, I'll see you all back here in about 10.